Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. And the Carolina Panthers taking on Dwayne Haskins and the Washington football team.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington football team and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they enter play here. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of
an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
Fielded in the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Out come the New England Patriots, led by their 6'5" veteran quarterback Cam Newton.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. A check on the numbers by Moore last week. 3 catches, 54 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
To throw again on second down. Bridgewater got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Bridgewater now from the 50. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. And hear the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
That catch good for 5. It's third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they don't get the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, just keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed it went right into the game plan. Attack them early, see if they're going to play any better, and if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Brings up second and goal at the 8-yard.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking?
That is caught. It's Anderson. Touchdown, Panthers. Robbie Anderson. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out comes Washington here offensively, and their man under center, Dwayne Haskins, the number 15 pick out of Ohio State in 2019.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes, because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
They'll run with McKissick. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
The ball carrier.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
First time with Peyton Barber, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A pickup of 5 yards. First down, Washington. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. That one is slant to McLaurin. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So if they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. Haskins looking to throw on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 more there and another first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where he, their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well. And he's got it.
And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Eluding the pressure right. Strong coverage by Carolina, and on we go to 4th down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Washington. That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Bridgewater. Room here to run. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Washington 3.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. J.D. McKissick, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington has taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Getting set to go here, Teddy Bridgewater and company marches back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. We'll be looking for that second touchdown now. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Bridgewater. This one into the hands of Burton. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
At their own, David Njoku and the rest of the offense heading back out onto the field. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guy who's going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
And that is incomplete. He's trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's 3rd and short. Washington on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They will run it. It's McKissick. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards there at a Washington first.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Jordan Jenkins gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's Haskins out of the gun to Jefferson on the slant. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down. A gain of 50. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A carry now for McKissick. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
He's going to take off with it, and he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
An 8-yard pickup.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. That That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Washington.
Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. David Njoku there to make the grab. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
It's good to make it 17-7. A 10-play drive that time. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard.
Carolina getting set to take the field. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
The ball carrier.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3, Bridgewater. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes, just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Now Bridgewater. Rolling to his right. And he will score. Touchdown Panthers. Teddy Bridgewater with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers have got it back to a 1-score game.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here is Washington now to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
The 27-yard line.
He finds an opening past the 40. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And finally taken down at the 34. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. Here's McKissick.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down now, it's Barber. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They'll try and run here with Barber. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. Here's Haskins to throw. Buying time to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now it's Haskins. Escaping the pressure right. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now.
Panthers 14.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Parker, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
At their own 25-yard
The
line.
Panthers now set to take over offensively. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
They'll take over 1st.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And this one's incomplete. Tried to get that one to Jake Butt. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now. The other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss left, and he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Second and 16. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. This time they stay on the ground, and they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. The run on third and long, so I guess waving the white flag a little bit.
Yeah, and I think sometimes teams are so committed to running the football that they'll take a chance, even in a long yardage situation, to let them know on the other side, this is what we're going to be about today. In this case, they didn't get a first down, but if you're thinking along with them, hey, they might be committed to running it all game long.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll start in the Northeast, an NFC East battle, and a good one between Philadelphia and New York. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. 33-14, the final score. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Hollywood Marquise Brown, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? Find out. We give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Washington will take over first.
Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. And he is closing in on the 100-yard mark for the day.
And it appears that he loved the fact that they're going to play this game earlier. You know, he's daytime, he's out there running around, feeling good about himself. Whatever his prep was coming in, he was able to get out there quick and fire away.
for this next drive, the Washington offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. They'll go again with McKissick. And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Third down. Here's Haskins. Open man is Sims. He's got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
First down.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. He was able to run free after the catch.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Haskins on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, but it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They go play action with Haskins. Flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. His throw caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Here's Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
Complete to number 7.
Terry McLaurin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball. So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Bridgewater. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game. And on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. On the return is Sims. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he's just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
At the 47-yard line.
2nd down, Haskins. Complete, Jefferson the target. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. From midfield now, Haskins. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 39. It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Right back to him on 1st down. Tackle made by K'Wan Short.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Running back, and he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Fielded in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general.
Oh, and Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
They'll take over 1st down.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
On the tackle.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Jefferson.
You gotta give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, but now it's 3rd and goal. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. Complete on the quick throw to Moore.
Carolina Panthers.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
10 at the 48-yard line.
To the air again with Bridgewater. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Kevin White on the tackle. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Panthers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Bridgewater again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Intercepted by Washington. They'll take over 1st down.
That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
9-yard line.
They go back to the ground, this time Barber. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins being chased out left. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
To throw on 3rd down, Haskins. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off, and he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
5-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Hands it off out of the gun and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Tackled at the
I know this game's winding down and people are getting tired, and that's when you really want a big body guy running the football. But I have to tell you, watching him run it, I wonder why they don't use him more earlier in the game.
Yeah, those bigger guys here late in the game, you're trying to protect the lead, usually not as fumble prone either.
No, that is so true because they are taught, take care of the ball as you surge forward, and you often see them with both hands wrapped around it when they go through the line.
They go play action now. Haskins, he'll buy some time right. He's got Jake Butt as tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 12-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. You cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments. Well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. On 2nd and 7, Haskins, and it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Complete 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Have confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take it go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
You want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Haskins on the keeper. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. Haskins will keep it on the sneak. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Got to be feeling confident they're going to get off the schneid. An old coach told me he calls this a relief win. 0-3 would have been bad. You get to 1-2, you feel a lot better, don't you?
That is so true, and you feel better about yourself. You think to yourself, okay, we're still in the playoff hunt. We're not out of it at 0-3. But the other part, too, it leads to doubt about your system, leads to doubt about your coaches. They don't have to worry about that now. They can move forward.
Taken in the end zone, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he goes out right around the 39. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
Out of bounds.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
2nd and 5.
And again, it's Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
At the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Bridgewater, a play fake to McCaffrey. He'll look to throw. He's got Burton here. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 20-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And that will be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
35-yard attempt.
Badgley able to punch this one through. And that will narrow this, if that's even the right word, to a 30-point deficit.
Panthers.
On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Washington will take over 1st and 10. At their own 28-yard line.
Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And to give this time to the tailback. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
The ball carrier.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
Washington.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.